So, Prime Minister, dear Keir, a very warm welcome to Brussels. I'm very glad to see you again so soon after New York. Leaders from all over the globe gathered last week at the United Nations General Assembly. There we met and we discussed the many challenges facing our world today. In particular, a geopolitical landscape that is shifting so rapidly in front of our eyes, and this is also true for the last days in the Middle East. I strongly condemn the ballistic missile attack launched yesterday by Iran against Israel. The spiral of violence is threatening the lives of innocent civilians. It is also leading to a generalized conflict in the region, and this must be avoided by all costs. The European Union therefore continues to call for a ceasefire across the border with Lebanon, consistent with Resolution 1701, and the border in Gaza. And we will keep calling for the release of all hostages, as we have done for almost a year now. Dear Keir, in these very uncertain times, like-minded partners like us must cooperate more closely. And that is what we are doing when it comes to Russia's war of aggression against Ukraine. We remain fully behind Ukraine's brave fight for freedom and independence. As members of the G7, we coordinate closely our joint and continued support to the people of Ukraine. And we do the same for our sanctions against Russia, because European security concerns us all in and outside the European Union. We are strongly aligned in our fight against climate change, the global warming. We are both working intensively towards decarbonised and circular economies and the protection of nature. So many topics where we are very much aligned and share values. Our alignment on global affairs provides a good foundation for our bilateral relations. And we have a set of solid agreements in place. We should explore the scope for more cooperation while we focus on the full and faithful implementation of the withdrawal agreement, the Windsor Framework and the TCA. So, in short, we have a lot to discuss today, and I'm very much looking forward to working with you and to continue to strengthen our relation.
Thank you, President. Thank you, Ursula. It's really fantastic to see you again so soon after our meeting in the UN in New York. And it's a real pleasure to be here today for these sets of meetings that we have this afternoon. I firmly believe that the British public wants a return to pragmatic, sensible leadership when it comes to dealing with our closest neighbours, to make Brexit work and to deliver in their interests, to find ways to boost economic growth, strengthen our security and tackle shared challenges like irregular migration and climate change. We will, as you've already indicated, discuss other wider issues like the crisis in the Middle East. And can I join you in condemning the attack by Iran just recently? We stand with Israel, recognising her full right to security and to self-defence. We do need to pull back from the brink and to encourage all parties to find a way to de-escalate and for a political solution to the very many fronts of the crisis in the Middle East. And of course, foremost in our minds are the hostages still held after such a very, very long time. They should be released immediately and unconditionally. In dangerous times, we also look at the war in Ukraine. And stand with Ukraine in the face of Russian aggression. As we said at the United Nations last week, Russia's actions are completely outside and contrary to the Charter of the UN, which we all uphold. And in the ongoing war in Ukraine, we work ever more closely with our allies. In dangerous times, we have a duty to work together to preserve stability and security. So I'm looking forward to a productive set of discussions today with Ursula, of course, and later with the President of the European Council and the President of the European Parliament. We are determined to put this relationship back on a stable, positive footing that I think we all want to see. Thank you, Ursula.
Thank you very much. So, here, can I take you along?
Of course. Thank you.